Welcome to DragonWorks. Today is the day. Going to give this little Vespa 90 some attention here. Basically, I'm just going to be checking it out, seeing what all I need. I'm going to try to start the thing, get it running so I can actually hear if the thing is going to run and what it's like and if there's any problems that come up. Because I got to kind of compile a list of parts that I'm going to need to get. So even if I get it going, I'll probably still pull the carburetor off and go through it, because the main reason it's here is to get it done right. You know, the guy wants the thing starting and running right and stopping and all the lights working and that kind of thing. So that's my objective. And I've already talked to the guy and we agree that we are not going to restore this thing. We're going to leave that patina, which I think is cool. We are going to try to address some of this damage here just slightly, but just leaving that patina on it. It earned those scars and we're going to leave it there because I think that's going to be the coolest thing of all. But anyway, I'm going to do my normal stuff, checking for spark, get some fuel in there, see if I can get this thing cranked up. And then, like I say, I will be making a list of parts. I'll get all the parts ordered. And then I can then jump back on it and actually make some good headway. Just spend a day on it and get this thing straightened out. Definitely going to cover the seat. Going to redo it. His dad did this a long, long time ago. And it's not too bad, but what's happening, listen. It's just dried and brittled, so it's not going to last if you actually were riding on it. So we're going to get some things tuned up for it. But anyway, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to check for some spark, and then I'm going to try to get some fuel in that carburetor, maybe flush it out, do a couple little adjustments, and see if I can get this puppy running so we all can hear it. And I'm sure she's going to be a smoker. They always were. So, all right, guys, just stand by here for a second. I'm going to cut the video and come back and, like I say, do some of my checks and see if we can get her running. Okay, so like I was saying, to access the carburetor, which is down inside of this solid body machine, that's it, way down there. You have to remove the fuel tank and the little glove box and what have you. And as soon as I did that, I already discovered a situation. Come with me, shall you? So I've got the fuel tank sitting here on the bench. The customer did put in a brand new petcock, and let me see if I can get this camera. So looking down the hole, there's the petcock all the way down in the bottom of the fuel tank. And then here we can see the other side of it. And then it's got this long rod here, and I'll show you how it's controlled there. But it's been so long since he worked on it. Maybe I don't even need that light, that the gasket is already dry rotted and split. So it's really a tricky situation. I don't have the tool handy, and I'd have to go dig in the box, but they make a special tool that you got to stick down in there to take that nut off. So yeah, there's nothing real easy about these things. Of course, it's not focusing. There it goes. But you can see. Oh, there we go. There's a nut down in there. You got to unscrew that and then pull that petcock out. But anyway, I want to take it all out and rinse the tank. Even though it's clean, you can see there's a little bit of surface rust. So I want to get all that out of there. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. That's the actual fuel tank. Well, here, let me zoom back out. Sorry, guys. The videoing is terrible. I'm shooting one hand here, camera phone. But you see what we got. And then the other thing I noticed, I don't know why this is. It doesn't matter because I'm going to make it right. But these screws were never screwed in. I'm not sure what's going on there. So anyway, going to have to take care of that. But right now, I'm going to just try to, like I say, check the spark, get some fuel in that carburetor, and let's fire this thing up. You know me. I can get it running. All right, used up all the fuel. That's the first start. Not sure how long. Forget what he said. It's been several years anyway. But it does run. Not sure how good the carburetor. May still have to pull it out and rebuild it. But there we go. Hope the camera worked. Yeah, it looks like still filming. Cool. All right, guys. I'll give you a little more here shortly. But 1976 Vespa 90, made by Piaggio. I'm not saying that right. Anyway, stay tuned. Okay, not sure if it's going to run without the choke. That's common because the little pilot jet or idle jet usually gets clogged up. So that's what I'm trying to determine, if I'm going to yank this thing out and rebuild it, or if it's going to actually work for us. Seems to like choke, but it hasn't been running in years. So. Yep, as of now, it is definitely not wanting to run without the choke on. So, I'd like to take the carburetor apart and clean it anyway, since it's been sitting, but you always like to find out first before you tear everything apart. Just a good practice, that is. All right, see what else we got here. All right, guys, what you think? That was pretty cool, huh? I'm shocked. Not really, but a little bit. Basically, you saw I checked for spark. It had spark. What you didn't see is I put some fuel in the carburetor and then flushed it out a couple times on the bike. And then I just put some in and started kicking it. And you saw, what it took. I'm really surprised it actually started quicker than I thought, because you still got to fill up the engine, with fuel, the crankcase, and it's got to circulate up to the top. So it takes a little bit to do that when they haven't ran in a while. So if this thing, if that wasn't the case, it probably would have fired right up. So I got high hopes for it. Now, obviously it wasn't idling. It would run with the choke on. That's pretty normal for a bike that's been sitting. So the carburetor is going to be gummed up a little. We already knew that, already anticipated rebuilding that thing, because the customer does want it to be running and reliable and take it out on the road and what have you. So I just like to hear them run if I can get them running, make sure it does run before I start tearing everything apart. And I can also check to see if there's any problems I'm not aware of. That way I can order the right parts. And what we'll do now is we'll get back on another project, order some parts, and when they come in, we can give this thing a lot more attention, put a day or so in it and just really make some headway here. And I know I mentioned it probably before, but we are going to leave it look like this. We're just going to kind of focus on a couple of the major problems, but this is what it's going to be. It's going to look like that, and it's going to be running, reliable, good tires, good brakes, all that good stuff. Anyway, starting to repeat myself and ramble on as usual. I got to get back to work. There you have it, 1976 Vespa 90, up and running again. This thing's going to turn out awesome. And if you need something done, hit me up here at DragonWorks. Simple as that. Thanks and peace out.